Hi, I'm Laura Feinstein, Kickstarter Senior Outreach Lead in Design and Technology, here to talk about the importance of telling your project story. The story you tell on your project page will help backers connect to you and your creative work on a personal level, and give them the information they need to feel confident about supporting your campaign. Being clear about what you're creating, why you're making it, what stage of production you're in, and what risks and challenges you might face ahead are all key to your story narrative. This is how your project will stand out. The more of your voice and vision that you can bring to the page, the more unique it will be. In previous lessons, Nick talked about the vision for your work, but in this lesson, you will learn how to turn that vision into a story for your audience. Most important, of course, is what are you making? Where did this project idea come from? If it's a product, what is it solving for and who is the audience? What's the benefit to them of supporting now versus later? If it's a film, a piece of art, or a book of poems, where did the inspiration come from? And again, who is the audience? Next, think about the kinds of images that can help tell your project's story. For a product like a tech device or a board game, include both close-ups and show textures, lifestyle photos that show how people will use it. For a book or comic, show sample spreads. If a still photo can't fully capture your project features, consider using animated GIFs. For any image you use, make sure it's high res. Be careful about putting too much written info in an image instead of as text on the page. This will be less accessible for people using screen readers and won't scale dynamically across web and mobile. Beyond the main project video, think about whether supplemental videos embedded in the page are important for telling your project's story. This could be things like a hands-on prototype demo, a work-in-progress section of your movie or video game, or a deeper behind-the-scenes look at your process. Also, think about how you can leverage testimonials or user testers. Most backers aren't going to be able to experience your project firsthand during the campaign, so first impression videos or reviews from trusted content creators or journalists can be a great way to communicate the quality and care you've put into your project. Beyond just getting people excited about what you're making, help them feel confident that you're prepared to pull this off. Explain where you are in the production process and clearly lay out all the things that will happen after the campaign wraps. It can be helpful to use a timeline graphic to illustrate this. For every project, you'll need to outline your plan, your budget, and what stage you're currently in, and what potential pitfalls and challenges lay ahead. Explain why you're the right person or team to tell this story or make this project, and mention any collaborators or production partners you're working with. Lastly, don't shy away from including potential risks. This shows that you understand the creative process intimately. You know what the challenges are and how to address them. A few other tips to consider in your narrative. Take a look at other projects that you admire on Kickstarter to study how other successful creators in your category tell their stories. Check to make sure your project page reads well on different screen sizes. Organize the information on your page in digestible pieces. Help your backers out by dividing your project story into sections with separate headers. This lays out your story in a clear way, and your section headers will become a handy table of contents for your backers to navigate. Also, don't forget to put the most crucial information up top so people understand the basics about your project right away. Who are you speaking to? Who will your project resonate with? All of your storytelling components, the description of your story, reward structure, project video, and FAQ section on your page should be consistent throughout your project so that your audience is clear on what you're offering and so they can decide if it's for them. Finally, let's recap the key points we've talked about. First, clearly define what you're making. If you're solving a problem or presenting a piece of creative work, bring your voice and point of view to the project story. Be transparent about your background, experience, project feasibility, timeline, and risks. Keep your audience in mind. Who is this for? How can you engage this audience? Consider how backers can be part of your story and creative journey. And keep an optimistic tone. Invite backers to be part of your journey by supporting your vision. All of this together will help build a compelling narrative around your project and give backers the confidence to support your idea. Once you have your story, you're one step closer to being ready for launch. See you in the next lesson.